Michael,
Yes.
Michael Fred,
Hi.
welcome to episode 1 of Podcyest 1.
Don't worry, people. We're not workshopping the name.
I like it.
I kind of do too.
Anyway, here was my question, and it's tied into the name. This is a very big question. Are we ready right now to crown, as a podcast, a favorite driver?
Oh God, I don't know.
Not our two favorite drivers, the official podcast favorite driver. And here is my nominee, Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen is a guy I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
I don't know. Dude seems kind of impulsive.
That's what I like.
I know, and that's what I kind of wanted to talk about because coming out of Belgium and coming out of Italy, but especially Belgium, I got this impression that Max is the driver with something to prove, you know?
Max is here to win.
Yeah, and he just goes for it. Like I heard, I don't know what, I think it was one of the announcers on the Sky broadcast or something that were saying that all these people are drivers and Max is a racer.
Nice. I was reading an interview with the team captain, I think, and he said, Max is a wolf and the rest of them are sheep. And I like that.
I like that in theory, but not when it's potentially knocking out other drivers.
That's okay. As we will see, drivers knock themselves out all the time, Michael.
They do. I have noticed this. I have noticed this several times.
Sometimes they just can't drive in a straight line, and then stuff happens.
But like back in Belgium.
Okay.
Let's
rewind the tape. Before we crowned Verstappen our favorite racer, what happened?
Well, one of the first things that kind of came out of it was that little fender bender they had going on in the first turn, I believe.
Yep.
You know, where I guess Max cut it too close to the corner, or he cut it on the inside too much. Pushed, was it Vettel he pushed out? And then Vettel pushed Raikkonen out, and then Raikkonen got pissed and was knocked all the way to the back because of it. Then they ended up spending a lot of the race going back and forth, I believe. But
in a circle.
Yes. But wasn't that something that shouldn't have happened? Like, didn't they end up saying it was Verstappen's fault for trying to cut it into the for cutting it so close like that and pushing the two out, and then eventually costing Raikkonen or potentially, I don't know.
I think that's up for debate. I don't know. It definitely did. It looked like Verstappen should not have been there.
Yeah, that was
like, what's that car doing there? But that doesn't necessarily mean it was all his fault.
I mean, sure. Obviously, everyone's an agent in that situation. There was cars coming in from the left, the right, from the top, the bottom, a couple looping in. But I mean, it was a packed turn, and Verstappen's cutting it, and he's pushing.
Because he wants to win, Michael.
Mix, it is hammer time. It is all the
backs.
The secret is it is always hammer time, Mix.
It's always hammer time. I would be terrified of that first turn if I was a driver.
Oh my God.
20-something cars all trying to take this turn at once.
Yeah. And crazy. It's not an easy turn, right? It was a rough looking turn.
It is a right though.
Thanks.
Never mind.
Thanks.
Humor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Losaurus. That was and it's the huge, sharp, like. Yeah. No, you're
Michael.
Kidding. Yeah.
Michael.
What?
What's your favorite F1 word?
Oh.
Is it Scudiera? Is it chicane?
No.
Is it Max Verstappen?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think Max Verstappen was the funnest driver to watch. Well, okay, another thing that came up about Max being the kind of driver he is, where
A wolf.
the wolf, yes, where he was the wolf.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was a thing. Like it was a thing during Spa where Raikkonen kept trying to pass him DR with like the DR and DRS range and all that shit. It's like it's a safe pass, but Verstappen would wait and then react to their movements rather than like play defensively. He'd be more reactionary. And
You gotta be, man. You gotta be out there on the track. On the tarmac.
On the tarmac.
You know
It's life or death on the tarmac.
It is.
But
One turn at a time.
It was like they kept saying though how this was a very that was a very dangerous thing because it didn't give the driver in the back any time to react if he was cutting it because it's like basically it's like brake checking someone. Just
if you need time to react, you should not be an F1 driver.
That's fair.
Right?
Funny, but isn't it like it's like the common it's like the accepted norm that you don't do this because it's unsafe.
I know, but the accepted norm sucks.
Sure. Okay.
Sometimes.
I don't know. I'm new to this. I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to argue here. But
If
Max Verstappen.
If he kills someone, I'll be with you. I'm like, this guy is not driving safe. It's not cool.
But he's not driving safe. Like everyone's in agreement, or it sounded like everyone was in agreement that he wasn't driving safe.
Sure. But he's not like careening into. He's not Pastor Maldonado, you know. He's not like playing Demolition Derby.
Sure. Okay. Yet. I mean, we haven't seen all the rule changes for the next season. Who knows what's going in?
If we can take all the morals out of it, it's exciting to watch Max Verstappen race.
Oh, I think it totally is. The dude's, again, he's the wolf in their sheep.
He's the wolf.
They are sheep. But like, it was interesting that he's like a unique driver. He's an interesting driver to watch because of the way, because he drives a little more recklessly, and it's cool to watch. I guess I don't know if I'd say he's my favorite. I would say Red Bull's my favorite team.
Sure.
Not for Verstappen, but
they're an easy team to root for because they're like exciting and they're not like Mercedes.
Yeah.
Who are boring to root for.
Oh, because they're going to win, so it's like,
Yeah, it's like,
Which is weird. Because I was thinking about that, because I watched the Italian Grand this morning, and it was like, it was the Nico Rosberg show, basically. He pulled out in front, and there was no way in hell anyone was going to catch him.
Yeah.
Except for Hamilton for a little bit.
It was one of those races where it's like they don't even show the first place driver for most of the race, because it's like, he's 12 seconds ahead now.
Right.
And he will be for the rest of the race. So,
but that's like absurd to me that a driver can cut out that far ahead and just be unchallenged, basically.
Because he was on mediums. I don't know.
It's a tire strategy. That two-stop tire strategy.
So we have 2 races to cover. Do you want to try to cover both of them, or should we just do like, what's your favorite moment of the race?
Let's try to cover both of them. I don't know. See how this works out.
So Belgium,
Spa.
Yeah.
Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. Yeah.
C.
I don't speak Belgian.
I don't either.
Anyway.
But what a race. This was one of my favorite races of the season.
Dude, this was such a fun race to watch.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah. I had notes that I was taking for the whole race because I was like, we're going to talk about Spa.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you took notes or not, because I don't, but I'm thinking about it if we're going to be talking about it.
This is the first race I did this for because it was like, man, there was Verstappen was being Verstappen, doing Verstappen things. Raikkonen was saying fuck into the microphone a lot.
And then they had to apologize for it. Like, oh, geez, they don't catch everything.
Hamilton and Alonso came up all the way from the back row.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was a good race.
That was crazy.
That must feel good to be Hamilton and just be like, I'm just going to chew through these people. I'm sure it doesn't feel good because he doesn't want to be in last place to start the race, but
yeah, but he made it
satisfying. Yeah.
Dude, he went all the way from the back to the podium.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? That's not a thing that usually happens.
No, I think he's like the first person to do that, or like somewhere I'd read either in this course or in general, he's like the first person to ever do that.
Gotcha.
Because I'm sure that doesn't happen very often. But at the same time, he's like the best driver in the best car, so yeah. I'm not that surprised. It's not like, oh,
I mean, if there was anyone who was going to do it, it was going to be Hamilton.
Right. But it's kind of expected.
Yeah.
It's like, what's he going to do to chill in like 16th or 17th place?
Right.
For a race with like Haryanto and stuff. No.
Anyway. Wait, is Haryanto still there?
No.
Okay.
It's that Anko guy now.
Right. I thought he was the one that was traded out. We talked about this last time.
Yeah. But Haryanto they showed Haryanto in the pit. I got to figure out what those things are called. The team headquarters thing.
The dugout.
Yeah. I want to visit. Those look so cool. They have like 1,800 TV screens with like stupid charts on them and stuff.
Yeah. And they're replaying the race from like 5 different angles. And
it's awesome. And there's always just like, do you know why they sit like 20 people in like full racer gear and they're always just like sitting in lawn chairs and like watching TV? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are those people there? What are they doing?
I don't know.
That's not the pit crew, is it?
I think some of it's the pit crew. I feel like it has to be the pit crew or garage, like the garage crew and the engineers and stuff, but it's still.
Because they're always like in F1 gear, but they're kind of like tubbier than an F1 racer is. So it just kind of looks like schlumpy, where they're just like, I don't know. It's I want to be one of those people.
And the lawn chairs, and they're like.
Yeah. And they have like racing gloves on and they're clapping. It's stupid. Anyway.
Yep.
Can we talk about Kevin Magnussen ramming into this wall?
That that was a hell of the whole red flag situation that went down.
Yeah, that's the main thing I want to talk about.
That was crazy. That was good for Magnussen for walking away from that with just a limp. Holy shit!
Sure, because you saw his like head rest thing just go flying.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's
with
not
like
supposed to happen.
A huge chunk of the rest of the car too.
Yeah. But yeah, the red flag I thought was super, super interesting because it gave the racers a chance to like talk to their team.
Yeah.
Like mid-race, which you never ever see. And it was really interesting.
They could talk tire strategy.
Yeah. And
that red flag giving, they were really banking on that red flag, Mercedes was, and it paid off. Yes. Something like that. I don't know. I think that's what the announcers were saying.
Did you watched the English one, right? Not the English, they're all English. The NBC?
I watched NBC for Italy, but I found a stream from from the Sky presentation.
Okay.
And I like this. Go on.
I like the Sky commentators.
I do too.
They're cool. Except NBC has that one guy. I don't know if you're going to know who I'm talking about. He's like in the field. He's not like one of the main commentators, but they like cut to him every once in a while. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
I forget his name.
Vaguely.
He seems like he really knows what he's talking about, and I like when he pipes in.
Yeah.
And Sky doesn't really have anyone like that.
No. But I mean...
They got crafty.
But in exchange, at least it sounds like the Sky people kind of... I don't know. You go to the NBC one, they're mispronouncing names or like even missing names, and they're like, let's hear Lewis Hamilton, and it's just like 10 seconds of vrooming noise.
Yeah. That's really awkward the way they do that, and I don't understand it. Where I assume the commentators have like a little feed that pops up when they are going to cut to radio, because they always feel like they're like hurrying up to say something, and then they just have to like be quiet for a little bit while the radio plays. And sometimes they like talk over it, and it's really awkward, and I don't know why they do it like that. Right.
But then like they'll cut to the radio and the radio's not even doing anything.
Right. It's just like mix.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Or if there's anything at all. Because again, like I was watching the Italian Grand this morning, and it was like, let's cut to Lewis Hamilton and see what he's saying right now. And it was Hamilton's radio.
Yeah.
and you just heard vroom, 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 like just the engine. That was it.
Yeah. That's weird. Because they have to press the button.
Yeah.
Now, I assume what is happening is there's like a 10-second delay on the radio, and then they just chop it up and like spit it back at you.
Maybe.
But it's really weird. Because like in Italy, I forget who it was, but his car broke down basically, and they're like, "You have to stop." I think it was Verline. They're like, "Verline, you have to stop. Turn the car off. You have to stop." And that happened after he already turned the car off.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that because that was a really interesting thing that happened. Anyway, what sports did you play in middle school, Michael?
None.
Okay. Did you play sports at all during school?
And
Did you ever play soccer, I guess is what I'm asking.
in second grade?
Okay.
After graduating, I started doing horse shows. Does that
Nice.
count?
No,
Damn.
never mind.
Okay.
I was just going to say the red flag reminded me of like in soccer when there would be like a rain delay and everybody's
yeah.
still really pumped up about the game, but you can't like do anything.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of sitting there with your team.
Okay.
That's
I
what
get
it
what you're
reminded me of. It was cute.
Oh, it was fun. They brought Verstappen, I guess the official Podcyest one racer.
Official favorite driver.
They brought him over to the screens and stuff, and it was kind of cool to see him like just like them try to talk out whatever the hell happened in that first turn, and
I
be
know.
like, it was not my fault. But Max, it was Max.
Car
Look
and a
at the
half.
screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
It was
I
neat.
loved it. Yeah.
Then Rosberg's just strutting up the fucking
Yeah.
side of the pits and
Making love to women and
winking, impregnating women with a wink,
yep. Just kind of like never mind.
humming Seven Nation Army as he goes.
Oh, that was so dumb. Anyway.
We'll talk about that at Italy. Anyway, Spa.
Cool track.
Yeah, it was a fun one just to see the track. Like
Yeah.
it winds through that forest and stuff, and
They had a really cool camera view. It was on the Sky one where it was like on one of the straightaways at the end, and it would like move upwards because there's like a bit of a hill, so you could like see the cars coming towards the camera. It looked really cool. They cut to it a couple times.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like really dramatic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about now. Actually.
Yeah, kind of in the woods, coming out of the woods, sort of. Yeah.
Was it? Wait, where was it on the track? Was it before? How far away was it from the checkpoint? Oh, not the checkpoint. The checkered. The lap.
The start.
The start.
I think it was towards the end of the track. I want to say.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Still.
Okay, folks at home, imagine in your mind what we're talking about. Okay.
So it's like this deformed wet tea kind of thing.
Right.
And at the bottom of the tea, and it's on
What are
its
you
side.
talking about?
Trying to describe Spa.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Google the Spa map.
Yeah.
Look at this, and then look at the beautiful pictures of Spa from Sky.
Right.
It is pretty.
Is this the race where Kvyat's tire exploded for no reason?
No, I think that was Italy.
Was it?
I think
I thought it
so.
was this one.
No, that was one thing I wrote
Oh.
down because Kvyat was doing pretty good for a while in this
Yeah.
one. He was in the points area, and then he got knocked out towards the end. But
Yeah, it was his teammate, I guess, in Belgium. Carlos Sainz Jr.
oh no, Sainz did, yeah. But I think
Yeah.
Kvyat had an accident
Yeah.
in Italy.
Was Sainz's puncture due to debris from Kvyat's like first turn nonsense?
Oh, you mean Raikkonen's first turn nonsense? No,
Well, or yeah, I'm sorry.
someone's first turn nonsense.
Verstappen's.
Yeah. Verstappen. Yeah.
Because that would be funny. That would just be like fate or karma or something. Anyway. So who are the top three for Belgium? Nico won, right?
Nico won. Ricardo.
I love Ricardo.
Ricardo's my favorite driver.
He's cool.
He just comes up on stage and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Fellow Australian man, drink this wine from my shoe." And he does
Okay.
it. and it's wonderful.
It's good stuff. He's always smiling. He's just like, except that one time he wasn't smiling.
I don't know. Every time I see Ricardo up there, though, he seems so happy to be there and just so, yeah. Like he's excited. Like he enjoys his job.
Right.
Meanwhile, Hamilton and Rosberg are all like, "Meh, I have to share it with that guy." And meh.
Well, to be fair, Rosberg gets booed at just about every podium, so it's just kind of like...
I don't know why.
I don't know, it's funny though. He always gets up there and people boo him.
It's not a bad... It's not like he's running people off the track that often.
No. I don't know. I think people like Hamilton. They want to see Hamilton win. I think when Rosberg celebrates, it looks fake to me.
I feel like I don't think it's fake. I just don't think he knows how to. Like he gets up there, he's being booed, and it's like, what do you do?
And then he just kind of like jumps and puts his fist in the air, and it's like, okay, sure.
I don't think it's disingenuous. I think it's just kind of like awkward.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think
it's funny.
Yeah.
Whew. Before we move on to Italy, I just wanted to, because I want to do that thing to help everyone learn as well as ourselves, kind of explain one facet of F1, a podcast. And I thought this would be a good one to talk about flags, because we had the red flag.
Oh, that's right. So
the one I didn't understand was the blue flag, because they're always talking about blue flags. And blue flags lead to penalties. And what a blue flag is them telling a car that is being lapped to let the driver behind them pass. Okay. Because they're a lap behind. And if you drive through 3 blue flags without complying, that's when the penalty comes.
Gotcha.
And I didn't understand that. But now I do.
Okay.
Because this was our first red flag of the season, I believe.
Well, it's the first one I've seen, so...
Yeah, I believe so.
But I cut in like halfway through the season.
You jerk.
I'm a horrible human being.
Yeah. And then yellow just means slow down, and then green is good.
Yeah.
Black with orange circle flag. Accompanied by a car number, it warns the driver that he has a mechanical problem and must return to his pit. There you go.
And skull and crossbone flag. Where
Speaking of which,
warn them about pirates.
Black flag. Accompanied by a car number, it directs the driver to return to his pit and is most often used to signal to the driver that he has been excluded from the race. I want to see one of those. I could see Verstappen get one of those. Them just being like, you're out, kid. You can't kill people. Mix. Mix, stop driving over the stewards. Mix. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you had other things to talk about for Belgium. I just wanted to say it was really cool watching them rebuild the tire barrier with like a crane.
Yeah. They had to bring out the freaking forklift and be like, beep, boop. Like, you had to adjust the whole thing. And okay, actually, a couple things that I thought were interesting.
Okay.
Force India and Williams.
It's true.
Both did really well.
Which was cool.
I think. Wait, did Williams do well or was it McLaren? It was one of those two that people don't usually think do well, but they did well.
It was McLaren.
Okay. Still. That was kind of cool to see. Well, no, Williams both took top 10 positions too.
It was a good race for everybody except Roman Grosjean.
Yeah, poor Haas.
Our true favorite racer.
And Kvyat. Oh, that was another thing that I thought was kind of neat. Kvyat, they officially said Kvyat's coming back next year.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, and Kvyat coming back, like he was coming back and stuff. He was doing pretty well for a while there. And it was cool to see. Because it was like, here's this driver who's usually trailing in the end, and he's up there competing for points for a huge chunk of the race.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I always feel like when someone who shouldn't be, like when someone who's not usually in the top like 5 is in the top 5 for some reason, it just always feels like, oh, something's going to go wrong here.
Yeah.
This isn't right.
Well, you'd think that, but then Force India took 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
And
those little devils.
And yeah, they beat out Ferrari. Force India beat out Ferrari.
Darn right.
Half of McLaren beat out half of Ferrari.
Darn right.
That was like Max Verstappen ended up in 11th, something like that. I don't know. It was like
don't say things like that, Michael.
Right, but I mean, it was like you had these drivers that were like, you don't usually see them in the top 5. Usually it's Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes.
And Sauber.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway.
Poor Marcus Ericsson, or whoever is driving for them now. Anyway.
Good job, Hulkenberg.
It was cool to see that.
Yeah. It was a really good race. That was one of my favorites.
Oh.
Lots of stuff.
If we ever wanted to talk tire strategy.
Yes.
The official podcast one favorite driver, Miex, had 4 pit stops.
In Belgium or Italy?
Belgium.
That's not a good thing.
Atypical, yeah.
Well, actually,
well, it was 4 counting the red flag.
Oh, okay.
But that's still 4 changes of tires, which seemed strange.
They only have a certain set, right?
They have a certain amount of sets. Like they
don't have infinite tires.
Yeah,
and that's for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he changed his tires 4 times.
Right. It's always weird when they put on like the tires they use for qualifying.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird. F1 is so weird. There's so many stupid little rules and I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. So.
Yes.
Italy.
Italia. Michael, are you a whatever the things are called? Tifosi?
I don't even know what?
That's the name for like the really crazy Italian fans that show up for this race.
And they have the little like freaking like there was a guy I saw, he had a red like Ferrari hat and he had little Formula 1 cars glued to it.
Oh.
It was like, oh my gosh.
Oh. It always amazes me how many like fat shirtless dudes there are in the crowds of F1 races.
I know. That was one thing. Yeah. Like there was like a shot of the stands when I was watching it earlier and it's like shirtless white guys.
Yeah. It could just be a NASCAR
shirtless
race.
White guys.
Yeah. I don't know. It's whatever. They need something to do. I'm going to go drink and watch F1.
Gonna try this flag to my back though, but not wearing the shirts.
Yeah.
Did you see those big Ferrari flags?
No.
Oh, did you watch the podium at all?
I had it on in the background.
It was one worth watching.
Okay.
It was a fun podium.
Is it because Ferrari was up there?
Well, it had a lot of things going on. It was fun to watch.
Okay. I'll have to go revisit that.
Anyway, there was like they had like giant flags brought out that said Scuderia Ferrari or Scuderia Ferrari, whatever it is. And they were big, these huge signs. And like, I don't understand where
Carlos signs.
Well, I mean, cause it's like, I don't understand. I guess it's a thing like watching the occasional soccer game and stuff too, where people have these huge signs and flags that span like 20 something people. And it's like, where do they come from? And do these people just agree to hold these up? But
this is why I'm here.
Or is it like something like Ferrari brought them in and they're like, hey guys, hold these big $1,000 banners up for us.
Maybe.
And we'll give you a lock of Vettel's hair.
Oh. I'll take it.
Anyway.
From his head?
Sure.
Okay.
Wherever you want, girl.
So let's talk about the start of this race. Because it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton's like, I'm just not going to go anywhere for a while.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. He did go somewhere, just very slowly.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else.
Which was weird.
Yeah. And he was like, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Right. He owned up to it.
Yeah. But is it his fault?
Maybe. Who passed him? Because it was...
Like everybody.
Well, it was the 2 Ferraris. It was Rosberg.
Yeah.
But then it was Ricardo, and there was one other guy. Was it Bottas?
Bottas. Hey, man, you got the notes.
I didn't write a whole lot of notes for this one.
Oh.
I wrote 2 notes. One, which is actually I thought about talking about, was how much the start actually matters.
Yeah.
The other one had stuff to do with the podium. Well, not the podium. It was just funny. I don't know if you saw it, but Vettel took Rosberg's hat by accident.
Yeah.
So he's just walking around the back with the first place hat on for 5 minutes, and no one wanted to say anything to him. And it was
That's terrible.
Oh, poor Vettel.
Oh, that must feel bad. Or maybe he knew.
That makes it sadder.
Yeah. It's like, I'm the winner.
I'm the real
Look at me. Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do. Oh, dude. Well, we should get back to the podium. There was funny things to me.
Well, hold on. Because there was a hell of a race in between.
That's what I meant. We'll do the podium later.
Okay, we'll get back. Actually, I thought this race was kind of middling.
Yeah, that's actually kind of how I felt about it, too.
Yeah. It was cool that Roman Grosjean was focused on for a bit.
Oh.
I guess, as he slowly slipped back into 13th place from 6th.
He ended at 11th.
Yay.
Just shy of anywhere that matters.
Yeah. Oh.
It was cool to see it, though. Roman, how new is Grosjean to this?
Not at all.
Oh. So there's no well, he's coming up, guys. Look out for Grosjean. It's more like...
No. There's actually it was something I misunderstood until I looked into it. There was radio chatter towards the end of the race where they were telling Alonso, keep pushing, you can come up on Grosjean. And then he laughs. And it's but I thought that was him insulting Grosjean, but he was actually laughing scornfully at his pit crew. Oh. Suggesting that he could catch up to him because his tires were doing so poorly.
Oh. Wait, who was this? This was...
Alonso.
Okay.
I completely misunderstood that situation, and then I figured out what was going on.
Damn.
Because Grosjean doesn't seem like the other drivers are man, Grosjean's so cool.
No, it's more like he's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
It's true. He's got points, okay? He's got points, Michael.
More than... Wait, is there anyone who doesn't have points? I feel like there's a driver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Half of them don't have points. Maybe not half. At least a third of the drivers do not have points. Anyway.
Okay. He's doing better than Fairline.
So is everybody. Woo.
No.
He's doing better than Rio Haryanto.
It's true.
Yeah. He's doing better than his teammate, who did really, really well in qualifying and then got 13th place.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
That's weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, he's doing better than... Yeah, he's doing better than a fair amount. He's doing better than Kvyat.
There you go.
So, he's got a future.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this race. Stuff happened, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean...
It was a lot of, groups of cars fighting for position.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one
over
thing
the
was
course of a
like
race.
uh, our favorite driver,
Oh,
Verstappen,
oh,
also had a really bad start, I guess. Because they were
oh,
talking about it like, Verstappen's another victim of a bad start or something. But it weirded me, which is one thing I wanted to talk about, like how much that bad start actually matters. Because, I mean, at least for placement, like, obviously, if you don't get first immediately, chances are slimmer that you'll get there or something like that.
yeah,
Because it seemed like Rosberg took it, and once Rosberg took it, there was no way you're going to get it back.
yeah.
But I mean, Hamilton had a really bad start, and the guy wound up in second. And
Did he?
yeah,
Wow.
and it's just like, does that matter? Like, it
I
doesn't
think it
sound like
matters.
it doesn't sound like the death sentence though that they made it out to be.
Not if you're a Mercedes driver.
Sure.
Yeah, because like it's like comparing. Hamilton was what, pole position, or was he
Hamilton
second?
was pole, then he dropped to sixth, and then he took
Right.
second.
Right, but that's like coming a race after when he went from like 22nd up to whatever. Like it makes sense that he was able to
Right.
fight his way back. I think if
Which is the next thing I was like, the next point to that. It's like, yeah, he started in the back, but him and Alonso started in the back, and at Spa they got all the way up to like the top 5.
yeah,
So it's like, why? I mean, yeah, I think it matters, but is it like this death sentence that they made it out to be? Because
right.
I mean, and it's not like, because like when Hamilton got to second, it's not like he was, or when he got to third back at Spa, and it's not like he was just cutting around the Grosjeans of F1
Scooting.
racing. He was
Ouch.
cutting he was cutting around Red Bull though, and he was cutting
Sacre
around
blue.
Ferrari and stuff, and it's like he's like the guys that should be the ones challenging Mercedes, and
Yeah.
he's just cutting by them, stealing the podium from all the way in the back. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to say, but I think the track had something to do with it because Spa is very straight
Yeah,
a lot of the time. So if you have a powerful car, you can just kind of, I don't know. I don't know enough about it to say, but it would make sense to me if you had a really powerful car on a track with a lot of straightaways. You'd be able to make up for a lot of.
sure, but so is Monza.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. Like that's one of the things that people were talking about going in was Monza's a fast track because
It's
of
a fast track.
It's a fast track.
It's a fast track.
But because of like how straight it is, you have a lot of, like they were saying, it essentially breaks down to a drag race at times. But
Right.
so yeah. Anyway, back to this though. Like Verstappen, they were saying had the bad start, and it ended up hurting his placement as opposed to, I don't know. It's just like the strategy that goes into it, and whether or not like that opening run matters in the end for anything outside of first.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me.
There's a lot of factors going on.
Yeah.
At all times. Tire strategy. Michael, tell me about tire strategy.
So you have soft tires and you have medium tires.
Okay.
I don't know. In Formula 1 2013, you have
Game
wets.
of the year.
You have wets.
Okay.
I don't know if they still have wets.
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Oh. I learned something
when
today.
It's wet.
Yeah. Which is rare.
Right.
Do you remember back in the Britain Grand Prix when it was like, oh, it's raining, so everyone just shot into the
pits
at the same time?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Because you got to put wets on.
Yeah. I guess there were wets and I didn't notice it.
Nice. It's weird to me how much of the race is in English, given how diverse the roster is.
Yeah, there's like only one, like isn't like there only really one native speaking English driver?
There's Hamilton.
Yeah. And yeah, Yep.
Huh. What's Alonso?
Alonso's Spanish.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Huh.
Yeah. but everyone speaks English. I think, well, it's that whole English being the international language kind of thing.
I guess so. Because they need to talk to like their pit crew and everything. And
yeah.
I don't know.
And everyone just
learns
English. So
I love when it breaks though. Like when they're in like a really stressful situation, all of a sudden they just start yelling in like Spanish or something.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Or you get to the podium at the Italian Grand Prix, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Nice hint of a segue. I like it.
We'll get to that later, but...
Okay. You were like, check out the segue, and then you hit it again.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice. Okay, Michael. Now it's time for our favorite part of the podcast, where you come up with a segment that we'll do every podcast from now on. Go.
So, podium highlights.
Okay.
There wasn't
I'll put the podium highlight music in.
There wasn't Ricardo drinking from a shoe, unfortunately. Okay. But we had a mildly pissed off Lewis Hamilton up there.
As always.
You had Rosberg being awkward.
As always.
And then you had Vettel, who was all like rallying up this crowd. And there was this huge crowd. There was like a sea of people wearing red. The occasional Dutch flag is in there, but really it's all just Ferrari in Italy and these giant flags that say Sudera Ferrari or whatever it is. And everyone's yelling in Italian. They're all cheering for Vettel as Vettel like,
Benny!
Yeah. And he's sitting there. He's just like, he's eating it up, and it's wonderful. It's like the most endearing thing. And then they go to Rosberg, who, like Rosberg's got this awkward presence. And he's like, Rosberg, do you have anything you'd like to say? And he's like, no, let's switch to Italian for a bit. Because I guess Rosberg knows Italian. So he just starts coaxing the crowd in Italian and then starts doing the White Stripes Seven Nation Army, and they all start buying into it. So everyone's like, do.
Oh,
and
no.
he's just up there cheering. And it's like, it's one of the coolest, like it made me really like Rosberg because you could tell he was like sincerely excited to be he was really excited to be up there. He was really like ecstatic about everything going on around him. Hamilton's kind of sulking in a corner, but fucking Rosberg's yelling at the crowd in Italian with them. He's like coaxing them through the White Stripes for some reason. And then the journalist who's doing the interviewing comes up to talk to him, and he's like, Rosberg, I did not know you remember the White Stripes. And it was just this weird, like, old person joke. But it's like an informed old person because they were like, oh, these people know who the White Stripes are. Great.
Right.
But the crowd's just going along with it. Like, if you ever get a chance, look at the crowd. It's like this wild, like, people were like crazy around them. And it was a lot of fun to watch. It made me really happy to watch it.
Usually the podium feels kind of like dead.
Yeah, forced and boring.
Yeah.
Other than when my man Ricardo's up there.
Yeah. Because I'm sure when they played did they play the Italian national anthem?
They might have. I didn't hear it.
I forget if they do that for every race or just the first place.
I think they just do it for the first place. But I mean, Vettel's not Italian either. None of the drivers are Italian. Vettel and Rosberg are both German. Hamilton's British,
Oh, yeah. Vettel's not a very Italian name now that I think about it.
Not like Vettelini.
Vettelanzo.
But, I don't think they played that. But everyone still loved him up there because he's the Ferrari driver.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, the Italian team won.
Was that, like, super sick looking... Not sick in a bad way, sick, like, awesome Ferrari, like, head coach guy. Do you know who I'm talking about with, like, the white hair and, like, perfectly manicured beard and everything?
Maybe? No,
I'm like Ferrari team coach. If I look up his name, will you look at him and be amazed?
Yes, do it. Oh, the other highlight was the whole Vettel taking the hat on accident and just walking around with the first place hat and no one telling him, and it looked like Rosberg saw it, but he just didn't say anything, and it was really weird and kind of painful to watch, but at the same time hilarious and endearing.
Are you ready for the name of the Italian Ferrari head coach?
Give it to me.
Maurizio arriva bene.
Maurizio. Ah, there he is. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Dude looks like, I don't know how to describe
Bond villain.
Yeah.
F1 character. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, holy crap.
What a life. What a life that man must lead.
I got an image for you.
Uh-oh.
Tucker can link this in the comments section.
Okay.
Maybe. Load, damn it.
Maurizio.
It's a picture of him from the from the Chinese Grand last year, and it's wonderful.
Okay, hit me.
It's not loading.
That's okay. We'll get it in post. I'll splice in this soundbite. Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is an awesome. Mamma mia.
Okay, we're just doing bad Italian things. Okay, Michael.
Let's alienate anyone who'd watch this. Listen to this.
Any closing thoughts?
I had a lot of fun watching these last two races. Yes, the Italian Grand Prix was a little underwhelming as a race, but as far as a spectacle goes, it was a ton of fun to watch, especially at the end, because it seemed like the crowd was maybe it was like it was the best crowd of the year.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun to watch, and it was cool to see Rosberg be that excited, because it seemed so genuine and so sincere, and
he's adorable.
I like Rosberg a lot.
Yeah, he's cute.
He's just like that. He's like the awkward kid who finally got out of his shell, or is still trying to, and he's just like, do I spray Hamilton with this or not? I don't know if Hamilton likes me. I don't think he does.
He's like homeschooled for F1.
Yeah.
Where like he doesn't hang out with the other kids, and he's like kind of weird, but he's like really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think people dislike him, do they? Well, I mean, crowds obviously do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd didn't seem to hate him this time around. There was booing. You could hear booing.
Oh, sure.
But also the crowd sang Seven Nation Army with him. So
there you go.
Man.
That's just universal, though. I mean, anyone could get that to happen.
Sure.
People just cannot stop talking about the White Stripes as Seven Nation Army.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, it was played on a bass guitar, Michael. Anyway,
no,
that
wasn't, though.
It wasn't?
No, I don't think it was. I think he just, he played with his reverb or whatever, and it had this deeper noise.
Well, it's a bad song anyway. So that was the first episode of the thing.
Anyway.
See you in Singapore.
Have any thoughts, Tucker? No? We're calling it?
I want to watch Singapore.
Oh.
It's a night race.
Ooh.
Yeah, they light the track with 1 billion lights.
Ooh.
It's notorious for it.
Ooh.
I'm really interested to see what it looks like.
How many races are left this season?
We're past the halfway mark. I want to say 6 or 7.
Okay. Because it seemed like the way they were talking with the Italian was that this was the end game.
Yeah, we're getting in there, I think.
Okay.
F1 season 2016.
Alrighty.
Looking up things on Wikipedia. We are on race 15 of 21 with Singapore. So we have 7 races left.
Okay.
We still have Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, United States, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi.
Ooh.
It goes all the way to the end of November. So.
I can't wait to hear the British announcer say Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. We're back here at Abu Dhabi for the final race of the 2016
That's not British.
season.
That's Australian.
No.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right. On that note.
Well, Michael, see you in Singapore.
In Singapore.
Dun, 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 dun.
Whoa.
The Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. Take the hotel at the Hotel Yorba. I'll be glad to see you later.
I'm gonna fight them all. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back.
I'm ringing your doorbell. When you gonna ring it? When you gonna ring it?
Let's have a bowl and a biscuit sugar and take a sweet time about it.
Fell in love with a girl.
Dead leaves in the dirty ground.
Okay, we're done.